Alright guys, today I have a game for you in my Holland, but today it's really not too much about the gameplay. This is more of a generalized talk about, I don't know, the state of the game, my feelings, my opinions, stuff and things. I know somebody asked for the shorter gameplay, and I was actually going to use a small lens game, but I'm rather not for reasons. But what kind of prompted this video, and I apologize, it is going to be going up late today on Monday. Things came up last night. I've been testing out Restream. I'm sure a couple of you saw that, checked out that video. Got to figure out how I can get chat on both the streams working. I think I got that figured out without having a second monitor. There's a way, like with Twitch, that I can have the chat box showing while I'm playing, so I don't need a second monitor. It also keeps my eyes more focused in on the game instead of looking somewhere else on what you guys are asking and or saying, even though nobody shows up anyways. Which is partially my fault for really not doing it a lot. Really nothing particularly great about this game, like I said, but it's just something for us to watch. Carriers, clan battles, and you know what, like overpowered ships. Anybody who watches at the replay theater knows I usually sit in there when he is on doing the giveaways and stuff like that, but you know, during somebody's replay, it got into carriers again. Like, you know, nobody's doing clan battles because carriers, which I think is an absolute, well, I'm just going to say what it is. It's a fucking joke. These guys who sit there and say, we're going to boycott clan battles because carriers. Most of them are playing on their alt accounts and their sub-clans, so really, what the hell are you boycotting? I don't think BFK, just throw out a name of somebody who's actually boycotting. You know, he's not, I believe he's actually not playing clan battles. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're going to boycott it, don't play it. Don't go to your alt or go to your sub-clan and play there and say, no, our main clan's boycotting. But we're going to all go to our sub-clan and play there. Like, what's the point of boycotting if you're still playing on an alt, you're still playing. Like, the reason you had an alt was to play more. I actually feel for wargaming with this whole debacle that is carriers, and best case scenario, that's exactly what it is. It's a debacle. Anybody around during RTS days know the skill gap was so huge yet so small. It was like you really had to be around for it. Really, where the skill gap came from was the fighters. You know, if you had better internet, a better machine, you were gonna kind of just win the fighter duel because you were getting a better tick rate. If you knew to not animate small objects, you were getting a better tick rate with your fighters. What meant you could micromanage those things so much better. And with the strafing mechanic, you know, that they introduced, you know, that made it even worse. So, I mean, there were a lot of issues with RTS, but I think some of the issue was when they were testing out these carriers, not enough people showed up and went and played on those test accounts that they did make public for everybody to actually give them good feedback. You know, when the PTS is up, how many of you guys actually go play on the PTS? They give you fairly decent rewards also. So, I mean, the whole point of the public test is for you guys to test out these new things And with you guys testing out these new things, offer them feedback. Trust me. Like I said on the stream, Wargaming listens. We might not like the answers or their response, but they at least listen. For example, if enough people make us think about mods, I'm sure we'll start including some of those. And last known location, ship names, the circle on the minimap for aiming, damage counter, those were all mods. Now I wish they would bring a health pool team lineup mod, you know, into the game. Some of your crosshairs were actually mods. For those of you that don't know, I don't use the static crosshair, I use the dynamic, and I think there's like one option where you have several options with the static crosshair. I wish I could change colors for that, but I mean, that's what, you know, some of the mods I would like them to bring in. The other thing is, I honestly believe carriers are fine. You know, this whole argument of, man, when I go up against a really good carrier player, there's nothing I can do. Hey, guess what? When you go up against a really good battleship, guess what? There's not a lot you can do either. Whether you realize it or not, your best option is to burn it the fuck down. What a great option. Like, you know, I believe I got a California battleship game somewhere. I'm going to use that for another complaint video or something, but I mean, California in a tier 9 game, there's like, I know I'm going to get dunked on. Just slow DHE. Burn it down. A lot of skill it took for me, you know, to get RNG to cause a fire. But, I mean, as far as, you know, clan battles go with the carriers, you know, there are plenty of comps out there that people are running without a carrier. There are comps you can do without a carrier. Carriers never should have been excluded. And this whole bullshit of reporting a carrier just because he's a carrier, it's bullshit. When I say it, I'm joking. I'm not going to report a guy because he's playing a carrier. I'm going to report a guy because he's an asshole. You know, the whole reporting thing, you know, all it is just it makes you feel better. So, like, when you report him for playing bad, I feel better. You know what doesn't do anything? The only other thing that really reporting does is chat ban. So if a guy's really being a dickhead in chat, yeah, I'll hit him up with a report in chat. And this whole boycotting thing, it's absolutely absurd. Somebody said it the best. All these whale clans bitching at their carriers in a game. You know what? A lot of those whale clans also dealt with Kings of the Sea when there were fucking carriers. And I know the complaint is, the spotting. There's nothing I can do. I can't defend myself. Well, you know what? Back when they were playing COTS, you really couldn't defend yourself against a very well-played carrier. And like I said, the whole argument of, oh, what happens when a bad team faces a team with a really good carrier? I don't know. What does a really bad team do when they face a really good team? They're just going to get dunked on. It doesn't matter what they're doing. A good team is a good team. A bad team is a bad team. You know, these high-end clans, you know, a lot of them play comp. And I'll be frank, you see teams in a Hurricane that aren't playing comp, they're just very good teams, guys. They understand game mechanics and they know how to damage farm. That's about it. You got so many of these low-end unicorns, you know, who have purple stats and be like, my shit doesn't stink. Well, dude, literally all you do is know how to win, yeah. You may have a 58 to a 60% win rate, but you're also always in a div. You're almost always in a pure damage farming ship. Like, you know, wow, you're really good. You know how to damage farm. You know how to play a Smolensk really good. I'm so proud of you. You know, as much as we all make fun out of Dolphin Princess at times for being nothing but damage farm, he understands how to play. He also plays calm. That man can almost single-handedly win a battle. It takes a really god-awful team for him to really lose. And that's, you know, that's your true top-tier players. It's the same thing with Dolphin Princess. Or no, not Dolphin Princess. Your SAT. He's that good. You know, Senpai is also really good. You guys may not see Sneaky Snake, but he still plays the game. He's mostly on EU when things are going on. I'm sure with those 7 boycotting clan battles, he's not running around because he's not doing an alt account. He's not going to the alt thing. He's boycotting the, you know, he's probably not boycotting. He's probably doing real life, but only the Wicked when he was still playing. You know, those guys were just that good. To where it took, like, a really bad team and just a pure competent enemy team to usually win. Some of his issues was when he was streaming because he was trying to pay attention to that. You know what? But, I mean, that turns into a him process. But when he wasn't, like, dude, trust me. When he wasn't streaming, guys, he's 10 times better than what he is when he does stream. Which should actually say something about that man's skill. I mean, look at what I'm doing. I'm pretty much damage farming. But, I mean, like, do I really want to go up against, you know, 2 cruisers? You know, I don't have a problem going up against Gehring. But this whole notion about carriers, it really does, it drives me nuts. They're in the game, guys. We're going to have to learn how to live with it. Your choice really comes down to 3 options. Live with it and never say anything. Try to offer actual, real criticism and solutions. Don't criticize without giving a solution. And, you know, this game's quickly wrapping up while I'm rambling. But if, in all honesty, if they just get rid of fighters, if they get rid of the fighters on the carrier, the only way a carrier can get a fighter is for his self-defense, which is near impossible to CV snipe anyways. But get rid of fighters within the squadrons, you're going to kill the concealment, and you're going to see so much less bitching from people. It's also going to help out the DDs just a little bit, which I'm sure if you do that, you're going to have to change the way rocket planes work out. But they need to start somewhere, and I think they should start with just get rid of fighters. If you want AA protection, guess what? You go with the old, true, tried, tested method of don't go alone. Stick with the clan. Stick with another ship. Go as a group. You don't need a huge group. 2 or 3 ships are fine. It's, you know, you just get rid of the fighter, you're gonna actually kill, like, the spotting that everybody complains about. And I mean, at this point, you might as well try it and see what happens. See if people like it. See if it works. See if it, you know, I mean, if you don't try it, you're never gonna know. But I mean, if you offer legitimate criticism, you know, to your complaint, at least you're being more productive instead of just being a toxic piece of shit. I know we can all be toxic pieces of shit. I'm guilty of it. I'm not going to say I'm innocent of it. But the less toxic we can be, the better off the game is going to be, which is why I have my stats hidden. I cannot stand matchmaking monitor. That game has brought so much toxicity to this game. It's bringing the same levels of shit that it brought to tanks. And you know what's going to happen in tanks? It's going to be the same thing here. Not going to be able to fuck with the enemy. Because matchmake monitor is just that toxic. The other thing is, I think I was watching one of Quickie Baby's videos. You know, from tanks. And it was like, these tanks are banned from ranked. Why can't they do that in ships?
5 minutes.
You know, and I'm not saying, oh, we need to ban CVs, but why don't they ban some of these overpowered premiums that not everybody has? Why don't they say, you know what, guess what, guys? Claim battles is going to be tech tree only ships. That's it. There's going to be no special gimmick. It's tech tree ships only. So no more London, no more Arc World, no more ship that has a better advantage over the tech tree. Everybody has the exact same ships with the same advantage, disadvantages. All it's going to come down to is skills, captain skills, you know, knowledge, stuff like that. Like, you know, I'd like to see Wargaming try something like that for clan battles. You know, like I'm gonna win a gunfight against a 155 Mogami. Not happening, guys. No big secret there. But I mean, just sitting there bitching and boycotting really isn't gonna do anything. If you really want to make changes, you need to offer constructive criticism, or just don't buy that. You know, voice with your wallet. Don't buy a premium carrier. Don't play carrier. If they see they're not making money off it, if they see people aren't doing things because of this, they're gonna respond with something, guys. Just because, you know, at the end of the day, they are kind of all about, you know, making money. You know, they need to make money. They need to make money to support the game that we all are enjoying. You know, there we go. Shit teams online. There I am being fucking toxic. You know, nobody's above it. We all do it. You know, call yourselves out. I will do it. But yeah, I was flustered. It's, you know, just getting the better of me. But I'm still going to throw out a GG. You got to show that good sportsmanship. At least in my opinion, you should always show the good sportsmanship. And anybody says GG, no, that stop being an asshole. Just be like, yeah, you know, good game. You guys were just clearly better. You know, I could probably sit here and bitch about it another hour about what was the Otago doing. Don't care. You know, because I wasn't in that situation. Not everybody has the skills to get the job done, guys. And guess what? The same thing goes in clan battles. You know, same thing goes with going up against a carrier, facing a carrier. There's good carriers, there are bad carriers. The Smolensk game I wanted to show you guys, beyond hard fought, like a 200k damage game, and we lost because our carrier was, in my opinion, damage farming. Now, I really would like you guys, you know, comments, you know, interaction a little bit. I know I'm horrible at getting back at stuff, but, you know, offer constructive criticism. Don't just sit there, bitch, whine, complain, and be a toxic douchebag. I do hope you guys enjoyed this rambling of me. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. And then, guys, please hit the like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.